I think one of the most confusing emotions that we can experience is grief over something that we chose to leave. Because we expect grief to follow loss that happens to us, not loss we participated in, not loss we decided. There are still moments where I grieve the dream that I outgrew. I have what if spirals. I revisit decisions that I made and wonder, did I leave too soon? Did I not try hard enough? Did I give up on something that could have worked? I catch myself playing the blame game, especially against myself. There's a version of the story where I'm the one who failed, the one who didn't follow through, the one who couldn't make it happen. And then there's the shame, the quiet narrative that whispers, you settled. You chose a smaller life. You walked away from something big. And underneath all of that, there's something softer, more honest. I miss singing. I miss performing. I miss the version of me who lived in that world. And maybe even deeper than that, I grieve the part of me that I left behind in order to survive it. I grieve the years that I spent disconnected from myself, the decisions that I made that pulled me further away from my voice while thinking that I was getting closer to it. I grieve the life I thought that I would live. I grieve the feeling that I thought that I would have when I got there. I kept thinking, oh, I'll finally feel like I've made it when ... That was one of the biggest motivators to keep going for me, was chasing that feeling that I thought success would give me. Because the truth is, even when I was succeeding, I didn't feel the way that I thought I would. And that's where this gets really layered, because at the exact same time, I feel relief. I feel clarity. I feel like I saved myself from going further down a path that didn't fit me anymore, or maybe never did. And holding both of these things at once, the grief and the relief, is disorienting. But it's also true. Sometimes clarity doesn't feel like peace. Sometimes it feels like grief. This actually reminds me so much of Jeanette McCurdy's book, I'm Glad My Mom Died. What struck me most about her story was the duality, how something can be the source of your identity and your harm, your love and your grief. And I think that's what we don't talk about enough. We all want clean endings, clear narratives. I left and now everything's better. But real life doesn't work like that. Sometimes the most honest thing we can say is, I'm so glad that I chose differently. And also, I miss what I left behind. Both can be true, and neither one cancels the other out. And maybe part of healing is allowing yourself to feel both without rushing to resolve it, without needing to turn your grief into a lesson, without needing to justify your choice, without needing to make yourself right. Just letting it be what it is. And if you're in this space right now, where there's a lot coming up and not a lot of clarity yet, this is actually why I created one of my free guides. It's not about fixing anything. It's just a place to land, a place to process what's real for you without rushing yourself into another decision. So if you want something to go a little deeper inward after this, I'll link it in the show notes for you. It's called Growth Without Burnout, and I know you'll get something out of it for yourself. So in this season where you're grieving something that you chose to leave, a version of yourself, a dream, a path you once believed in, I just want to offer you this. Your grief doesn't mean you made the wrong decision. It means that it mattered to you. And you're allowed to honor that without going back. Instead of asking yourself if you made the right choice, what if you asked, what am I still carrying from that chapter that needs to be felt, not fixed? Comment below, what would letting go of the what ifs make space for you to feel? And with that, we've come to the end of today's episode on the Contentment Creator channel, where we looked at what it's really like to quit on our dreams, or examine what it would take to stay with it. Whether you caught the whole episode or one of our segments, either way, thank you for making it all the way to the end, and I hope you are subscribed so you don't miss another episode. Join me in my mission to turn a world full of content creators into a world of contentment creators. Bye, y'all.